All right, folks, we're kind of back. Just getting things set up here for the second half. Got a an older classic here for us, and we'll be firing up. Be doing a local stream for it here in the room for folks. iHort sticks around as well, but it's going to be King's Quest VI. Air today, gone tomorrow. It's going to be the game that we're going to be rolling on through. Just getting all the things and bits and bobs set up here, and then we will be ready to go. All right, let's get this started, and we'll flip over to Classic Games and check in with folks again. Let's see if we can't fix some of this graphic issue here. Because that's going to get uncomfortable fast. See if I can't do something with it here. Otherwise, that. And, oop. No, I didn't want to go full screen with it. Let me resize you, crazy window. All right, well, we might have to just run with the obnoxious bar there halfway up the screen. At least for now, until such time that we tweak it a little bit. All right, Alright, so we've got ourselves here. Prince Alexander is washed up on the shores. Actually, no, I think we can do the intro video.
Are you sure you want to clear your game and restart?
Yeah, let's do that. Alright, there we go. Opening.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cassima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
The super short version of this one is that Prince Alexander was among the people rescued in King's Quest V by his father, King Graham. That also included Princess Cassima of the Green Isles, who invited Alexander to come see her.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here.
Cassima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cassima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
A couple of Arma seagulls flying around there. It was perfect old school rendering tech for this time. We're talking way early 90s for this one. First time I remember playing this one was, it might have even been Windows 3.1. I think it might have been the first games that came with the old compact computer that Dad had picked up at the time. A Pentium 1 75 megahertz. Not 175, just 75. I'll put up a local stream here in just a minute inside the Discord room if you're still hanging out there. And then I'll unmute as soon as the video here is mostly over. Because the roots of it is eventually Alexander will find the land of the Green Isles and will be shipwrecked there in a storm.
Land ho! Land ho! Land ho!
Yeah, the 640 by 480 there is very real. But I remember going, oh man, imagine one day if it was all in 3D like this. All right, let me put up the local stream in the Discord room. No, you'd already hopped out of it. Okay, fair enough. No worries there. All right, let's maximize this again. And we'll actually get going.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach. The sand is warm to the touch.
I remember for the time that
Alexander
having the whole
plank
digital
to one
sound
side.
was a major deal.
A box has been partially buried under sand.
Let's see what we got in the box.
Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is. The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore.
Hey, Chuckles.
A hollow in the trunk of the old tree forms a perfect nesting place for wildlife.
King's Quest 6. Sounds good, Chuckles. We'll see you then. Let's talk to these guard dogs.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown? But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cassima. If you could just inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says. Let me just look at that ring.
What does it say, Gruff?
Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Ah, Wait here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Wazir Al-Hazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please follow me. Lord Al-Hazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named
It's
Mordak.
been a minute since I looked. I heard. I
Same
can't
wizard
remember.
that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my
So I want to
father
say it's
rescued us,
Tony Jay
he
who
also
voices
liberated Cassima
Saladin, if
from
I'm
the
not
Sentinel.
mistaken.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of
It's impressive. There's a Beauty and a Beast scene in this one too.
Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see.
Yes, 1992.
I'm sorry
King's
you
Quest 6,
wasted
air
your
today,
time
air today,
traveling
gone
to the
tomorrow.
land of the Green
Captain
Isles.
Saladin, the Gate, and the
Your
Archdruid
journey home
are all
be
voiced by Tony Jay,
swift.
Perhaps I will
who
take
was
the opportunity
Minister
to
Claude
look around
Frollo
your fair land while
in
I'm
Disney's
here.
Hunchback, the Hunchback of
I
Notre
would
Dame,
advise against that. The
and
kingdom is
played a
rather,
suitor for
shall we
Loxana
say,
Troy in Star Trek: The Next
inhospitable
Generation.
these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
You have had your hearing with Wazir Al-Hazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
All right, so some important takeaways there from the cutscene. The Wazir is obviously shady as hell. Just in case somehow you missed that one there. But he's got somebody else very important on side. And that is the genie that was in the background with the little glittery eyes. But we do need some items and things, so we're going to go to the pawn shop.
Good day.
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Okay, I think we're going to start with the Mockingbird.
I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale.
Or
She
nightingale,
is
rather.
made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you. Can you tell me, merchant, what the value of this ring might be?
By the sands of the sea, what a beauty! What fine gold and masterful artistry! This ring is quite valuable, sir. I would not feel right taking it in trade. None of the items on display in my humble store are even close to the value of this ring.
Truly? Well, it would be hard to part with it anyway, I suppose. Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
Alright, so we got our Tin Nightingale. And we'll come back to talk to him in a minute or two. We need to gather some other stuff up here, so we're going to go check in on Ollie's books.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf. Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf. Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant. Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has
Convenient.
been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye Useful Book of Magic Spells. Alexander promises himself that he will not... Alexander cannot commune with the spell book.
How fare you, merchant?
Business.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
Good to know. We're going to have to go find ourselves a nice rare book.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
We'll talk to her later on.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
What a charmer. Oh, saw a little twinkle in his eye.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
No, I don't think we're gonna do that, bud.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Sure he did.
Yeah, what do you want?
Alexander promises him.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll
Also
ever see
convenient.
water again.
Welcome back, Chuckles.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop
Logical
can
and
tell
very
you
reasonable.
more about that than I can, Alexander.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands.
Oh, wow. Good job, Sierra.
I remember their last trip. Things had
Just
started
randomly
getting
bringing the
nasty
music
by
up while he's
then,
talking.
And when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen. But the Queen had no answer.
How about this rabbit's
I
foot?
see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you. What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Take care, Mr. Ferryman. So the pawn shop has a magic map. We'll go back and we'll talk to him.
Good day.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why,
I
as a
don't
matter
think
of
so,
fact, I do.
actually.
I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it.
Don't think I've touched... No, I definitely
It
haven't
was
touched
quite
Black
a few
Mirror.
years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when
Black
he died.
Cauldron I played way back
It
in
was
the day.
useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that
No,
one
it could
need
be
only
interesting.
desire to be
Phantasmagoria
on
I've
an
played
island
once or
depicted
twice.
on the map to
Not all the way
find
through, but
oneself there.
at least enough.
It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Like my ring.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind, and I'll remember about the map.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Kind of looks like the dark robe figure from the Elise bookstore a minute ago. And that's because it's our friend the genie.
I followed Prince Alexander as you wished from the pawn shop owner. He just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map. You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that!
Yes. Master.
Now, what is this about a magic map?
With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Things that I can't listen to just yet because they're plot related, apparently.
Alexander takes a mint.
Okay, so we've got taste, touch, hearing. We're going to need to make some more travel arrangements here before we go pressing on with our first portion of the quest. And visit one of my favorite islands in this whole game.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
A fake thumb. Yeah, you know, like every wizard just happens to have, right? Alright, we'll befriend the Nightingale in a little bit, because we kind of need our ring back. So let's go ahead and take out our fancy magic map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
And we're going to make our first stop in the Isle of the Sacred
Alexander
Mountain.
feels a strange pulling sensation. Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor. For a moment he can smell nothing else.
Okay.
Alexander takes the feather.
Be important for later. And for now, we're not going to worry about Copy Protection
Alexander
Island.
pulls out his magic map.
Stay right where I'm at for now. Just want to make sure we got enough things here. Got sight, hearing, taste. Yeah, it's all five. That's all five senses. Take a minute though and give our game a save. And apparently it's been a hot minute since I've played through this game. Yeah, not doing that. Almost wonder what's in that one. Anyway. We'll do our stream save here. And now we will go to my favorite island.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
To the Isle of Wonder. First things first.
Perhaps Alexander should find out more about the oyster first.
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
All right, well, you know, let's read this book to you.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard, yields a gilded minnow of precise measurements, 2,069 centidrills by 3,023 6/7 puns, not punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 dregs or so.
Drat! Just missed it.
Indicate a fabrication or derivation sufficiently broad enough to exacerbate the conclusions uncovered in due course with regards to the dimensions, consistency, mass, or thickness inherent in the menial suckling grouse.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Hey, you fixed my mouth. It feels great.
The little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Turn the speed down just a little bit. That is going to be interesting here in a minute. All right, so the reason why this island is my favorite, among several reasons, but the first one is the test of the 5 senses.
Alexander hears someone coming.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If mad it be, then mad it dies." Old Tom Troll, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well.
All right, here we go.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Troll I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more. Listen, hark you, Grovelor, do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me. Taste, Grump, that we might know whether friend or whether foe.
Giant tongue.
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
Grump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet. Trilly dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet.
Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
Alexander did it. He's fooled the guards.
Okay. Save as we got past that.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
It might be a dangling participle. So I want to go over this way, I believe.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, I mean, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Hey, Chief.
Oh, drat! I mean, the loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it. The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
We've got back to sweet tea at the moment, but we did have some coffee a little bit earlier, as is tradition around these there parts.
Alexander should read the...
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, Bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
We know we're looking for a dangling participle, so we'll have to find one. It's definitely not the string of letters we have currently on our person. So take some milk thistle here.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Or milkweed, rather.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
It's also a bump on a log and a stick in the mud.
How did you manage to fall off the vine, Mr. Tomato?
What do you think? I'm old. I'm rotten. Yeah, leave me alone.
If you say so.
After all, you're just gonna let me sit here and rot on this dry ground like everybody else, aren't you?
Why, I don't know. I suppose...
Ah, never mind. Just go away. Ah.
We'll take the rotten tomato.
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me. Hey!
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato. Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason.
What a curious...
The hole in the wall does not reply. Alexander decides to pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very... Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers.
Greetings, ladies. How charming you look today.
The wallflowers are too shy to talk to Alexander.
I think we might have actually needed a teacup.
Excuse me, what land lies beyond?
What land? Chessboard land, you knave.
I see. And is Chessboard Land part of the land of the Green Isles?
It is the home of the Red and White Queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles.
But perhaps not for long.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of unity with the great king and queen dead? The princess is worth serving, but the feud with the other isles is strong.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send the lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf. Alexander feels his pockets carefully. Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush. Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Okay, we gotta go gather more other items there for us, so let's go take care of that.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
We've heard that music very recently.
There's there's an odd little creature dangling from that tree branch.
It's a dangling participle.
Alexander has a love poem from a book in the book. Alexander is carrying, oddly enough, a sentence. It says, "Where are you going?" Perhaps Alexander ought to find out more about the...
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not. Odd-looking you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you I do. Go I with you?
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger. Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
All right.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
And then we got our... Actually, I didn't want to go here just yet.
There's no reason. Alexander...
Zip back to the Isle of Wonder. Because we might have something to trade for a rare book, which will mean that we can get a spell book. Which will mean that we can start gathering up spell ingredients.
Hello, Bookworm. I have something you might be interested in.
Well, what is it this time?
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
And apparently it crashed. Let's see if we can pull that back up. I think we saved not terribly far. All right, let's try a different option there for that. Give me just a second there, folks, when we get that sorted through. Rude of it to just shut down like that. But that's why we have save games.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. Alexander decides to...
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree. To take... Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels...
Okay, once more with feeling. And hopefully fewer crashes.
That would...
Hello, I...
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now.
A rare book.
This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
Okay, we got our rare book, we got our pearl. I believe I need the flute.
Alexander... Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
So it's time to go back to the Isle of the Crown.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground. The mechanical nightingale sings a sweet, tinny tune. The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently. The nightingale flies to a lower branch and looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad. Alexander has a love poem. Alexander holds out the poem to the nightingale. To Alexander's surprise, the nightingale swoops down and grabs the page from his hand. The nightingale flies off towards the castle with the poem. Where might she be taking it?
Your candy dish is empty.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Okay. Next stop, the bookstore.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry to insist, but my name is Alexander of Daventry, and...
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry? Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander. Cassima told me about you when she arrived home. How came you here?
Why, by a ship now wrecked upon the sand.
Oops.
You know Cassima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me, Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again. It is said they died of heartbreak. I'm afraid she's blamed herself.
What a terrible homecoming. If we had only known.
Terrible indeed, poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not required, but the Wazir says she insisted out of respect.
I see. You've yet to say who you are, and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Charlo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cassima's parents, King Calipham and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life. so in love. And Casima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
About her grief over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans for Casima. I'm still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Casima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell me about the Wazir?
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul Al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for Al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Casima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Casima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still,
Hello, Elodec.
she has always
Welcome to
instinctively
the room.
distrusted him. Casima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion. I'll try to meet you here again later.
Thank you for the information, Jallo. Be very careful.
Alright, excellent. Let's get the spell book.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
Alright, let's go and save our game here real quick. Okay, magic paint, that's going to be important, but...
This is the last.
I believe make rain is what I'm going to need first. So I need a few drops of salt water, not from the sea, which we can get from the crybaby plants. Falling water we can get from a waterfall somewhere, which we will find. And sacred water we can look for later too.
Alexander holds out his royal ring, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the poem, in the chance that the receiver might be Cassima. The nightingale swoops down, grabs the ring, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing Sing, what have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing Sing, where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here, then, on this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Cassima herself?
Or am I merely wishing it were so? Oh.
Alexander. The lady's hair ribbon is made of the finest red velvet. A long strand of black hair is caught in the ribbon. Alexander examines the red ribbon and finds a strand of long black hair.
We'll need that later on for one of our spells. Falling water, sacred water. Few drops of water, not from the sea.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Swamp ooze here in just a little bit. First,
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason. Alexander collects some of the baby's tears in the old hunter's lamp. Alexander takes the teacup. Why would Alexander want to use that?
May I have this dance?
Oh, my!
Get the wallflowers dancing. And the snapdragon snapping.
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them. The dancing wallflowers are oblivious to Alexander. While the wallflowers dance, Alexander snatches the hole in the wall.
Okay, that's done. Swamp ooze in a cup.
Speaking. The log itself has nothing to... That bump on the log does not look particularly conversational to Alexander. Alexander sees no point in trying...
What do you think you're doing? You startled me. I was just getting some swamp ooze.
Well, you certainly won't get it there! That's not swamp ooze! That's swamp muck!
He's right, you know. But he could be a little nicer about telling you. He's not a very pleasant stick in the mud.
Nobody asked you! Be quiet!
Oh, the trials of being a mere bump on a log.
There's no reason to use that object there. That part of the swamp is out of Alexander's reach. The little china teacup is made of fine porcelain. The teacup is empty.
I thought this might come in handy the next time your brother starts picking on you.
Aha! Finally, old Bump on the Log's not so defenseless, is he?
Hey! Hey! What are you doing there? Watch the pulp, would you?
Now, Bumpy, remember all I've given you! The only thing you've ever given me is mud. Take this!
No! Not into the swamp!
Hey, okay, I give up. Geez, sorry.
Well, I guess it's not very pleasant having things thrown at you. I'm sorry.
You mean it? Really? Brother?
Brother!
Stick in the mud and Bump on a Log, exhausted from the battle, immediately doze off into naps. Rotten Tomato, being equally lazy, decides to join them. Alexander fills the teacup with the swamp ooze.
Alright, so we need some River Styx water. And a black horse feather, which we have the feather. But we will need the River Styx water. We have a few drops of salt water from the not from the sea. We need some kind of sacred water. And a little bit of falling water. I believe we want to go to the Isle of the Beast next.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Okay.
As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
I don't believe you there, Mr. Genie.
Alexander picks up the brick.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
I believe we might actually need to go to...
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Oh, the Sacred
Alexander
Mountain.
feels
Oh, that's
a
where we can get
strange
sacred
pulling
water.
sensation.
But we are going to have to travel up the mountain.
There appears to be something.
Ignorance kills, wisdom elevates. We need to...
Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs. Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome.
Okay.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, wait. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a... Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, this is the part, however, where due to the copy protection and everything else, I'm not going to be able to show this next handful of little steps on the stream. So what I am going to do is explain it to everybody real quick, and then do that in the background, as this is part of the copy protection that comes with the game, and the answers for it are, broadly speaking, in the manual. So not going to be able to do all of that. Basically, there are multiple tests up these cliffs, which are the cliffs of logic. So it provides a in-universe, in-realm, in-game reason for even having the copy protection there. And those who succeed are able to get up to the top and have an audience, which we will see once we get up there. But those who fail will, broadly speaking, fall and plummet to their death. Especially if they don't answer everything correctly. So, hello there, Gamer Pro. Welcome to the chat. So we're going to have a brief little span there as I go ahead and pull up the another screen here while we're doing this part. Yeah, I was going to say the first time I played this one, I was... I might have just barely been 10 years old first time I played this one on an old Windows 3.1 computer. But we'll get through the copy protection part here real quick, and then we will be right back. So you'll still get to hear things in the background, but you won't actually see what all's being pressed. As Alexander makes his way slowly but surely.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Up the steps, as long as I don't actually free fall and, you know, off myself.
Whoa, wait.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
Okay.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I played others in the franchise before as a kid growing up. One of the biggest ones I remembered was King's Quest III, which is actually the first game where you play as Alexander. You don't know you're Alexander in that game at the start of it, but...
Whoa, wait.
Yeah, I know, Alexander, calm down.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, wait.
Save my game again here.
Whoa. Whoa.
We're slowly but surely climbing the steps. I want to say we got 2 more of these. And then we'll be able to flip the stream over so you can see what's going on again.
Whoa.
But in the interest of Sierra not getting upset with me for showing all those things off, it's the only spot that I'm not actually going to show on the stream.
Alexander examined.
Okay.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Whoa! 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 Wait a minute!
Remember the number of
Whoa.
times I just fell off this mountain from clicking on the wrong spot that wasn't on the step.
Whoa! 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 Wait!
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff. Nothing happens. Alexander examines. The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Almost there, folks. As long as I don't, slip and fall.
Whoa! 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 Wait a... Whoa! Wait... Whoa! Wait...
Oh, you know what the worst part is? I think I forgot the tinderbox. I think I need that. Literally for this part.
Alexander examined. The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more...
Okay, the good news though is I think I'm done with all of the actual copy protection parts. So I'm going to see if it will actually let me down the hill.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Things I do for quest progress.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Makes one feel very perilous though as we are
Whoa! Whoa!
having to click in between the very rapid
Whoa! Wait.
movements between the, oh no, you're taking too long,
Whoa.
you're wobbly.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
What I would recommend in your own playthroughs going through here is when you decide that it's time to actually ascend the steps,
Whoa!
make sure you have everything you need prior to going up almost all the way and then going, oh right, I have another magic item I needed.
Whoa! Whoa!
Alexander, buddy, what are you doing?
Whoa! 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 Wait! Whoa!
Oh wow. Hmm. Wonderful.
Whoa!
Well, let's see if the Down Express will do it.
Whoa!
Alright, so I guess it will make me
Whoa.
go all the way up. Unless I can use the magic map from here.
The step.
Whoa! 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 Wait!
Getting there.
Whoa! Whoa!
Sad that they never really expected you to go back down the cliffs.
Whoa! 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 Wait! Whoa! 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 Wait! Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, we're getting there.
Whoa!
It's the boring part for sure.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Alexander finds himself, finally, at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands.
Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You could have it too, if you'd only eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush. See? The sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind.
See the eyes? It's definitely the genie trying to trick us again.
Young man, you will... around like a load of lead? See if I care. You human.
How odd.
I don't know if it will actually let us into the cave without us dying, so...
There's nothing to do there. Alexander crawls through the small opening in the rock. Alexander finds himself in a dark cave. Since it's so dark, Alexander can't do much inside the cave.
Yep, needed the tinderbox.
Alexander crawls.
Look, and hold! How did you get up here, human?
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the Cliffs of Logic in several centuries. And if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you, it will not be pleasant.
With what trickery did you master the Cliffs of Logic and reach the city of the Winged Ones?
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm.
The Cliffs of Logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the Cliffs of Logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir Al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the Cliffs of Logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The Oracle or the Crown? But since Al-Hazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
First, I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it.
Azure, he must be allowed time to prepare for the task, if only in the slight chance that he could actually save our Celeste.
Oh, very well. Intruder, my guards will take you to the beach. Prophesied hero or spy, any soldier must be granted time to prepare for battle. Be warned, if you have the courage to actually return to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain and face your destiny, my guards will have orders to take you to the catacombs on sight.
I understand, Lord Azure.
If by some miracle you succeed, human, the prophecy grants you a visit with the sacred oracle. Her powers are mighty, her vision all-seeing. Many of our own citizens would be willing to risk certain death in the catacombs for a chance at a meeting with the Oracle. May that thought give you the courage to return.
Oh, I will return, Lady Ariel. You have my word.
Okay, and since we're kind of at the end of our stream time here between both games today, that's going to be where we leave it. But we will come back to this one soon so we can finish up the other half of this very, very fine game. I do enjoy King's Quest series as a game series. A lot of the old Sierra games kind of scratch that itch, like Space Quest and Police Quest and Quest for Glory. Actually, there's a whole series of Quest games that kind of follow that, including the 2 Conquest games that I'm looking to play through. I think I'll arrange to do those kind of back to back when it comes to the classic game stream, and we'll do Conquest of Camelot one week, and then Conquest of the Longbow the next. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up with that. So as always, I appreciate the follows, I appreciate the views, I appreciate the subscriptions. It all very much helps. If that is something that you wish to do, it is certainly an option. I appreciate it, but it is not required. If that's not your thing, if you don't want to do a subscription that way, if you have access to Amazon Prime, you do get 1 free Twitch subscription of your choice to a streamer of your choice. You just have to pop in every month and fire that one off. But that will take care of the ads for you if that's what you're looking at. And I do appreciate the free Bezos dollars. Don't discriminate on that one. If you'd rather tip directly, you could do that too at coffee.com/PylamJRamar. You can catch this and other VODs on the YouTube channel and at PylamRamar. And this wraps up Monday's Classic Game stream. We do 2 streams on Mondays, DCS and Classic Games. Next week we may do something a little different with that. We'll see where it goes. Depends on what kind of planning I can get done for that ahead of time. But for now, if nothing else, it'll be DCS at 6 p.m. Pacific. Friday night, we have Arma 3 playing Antistasi at 6 p.m. That's going to be with Faye and the Hunt. Diving in and winning hearts and minds and fighting in a whole revolution thing. It's been a lot of fun with that so far. And then Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we play DCS again. Sometimes I do some map editing in that one. Sometimes we go up with some friends. Sometimes I just practice a skill. But it's all something that I enjoy doing. And if you have questions, I encourage you always to ask. So with that, folks, a couple last little notes before we get done. It is getting into cold and flu season. I encourage everybody who can to go out and get immunized for those different viruses and things. Stop those from flying around. Help protect yourself and your families. And as always ask for consent. Try to communicate as best you can with your partners. Try to be genuinely decent human beings. And we will catch up with you at a later time. Thanks for watching, folks. Pylum out.